Oh,
And
he
then,
got out,
oh yeah,
and then they brought him
brought
back.
him back, and then and that's the story that I've been told. And
Yeah,
great guy, and then they brought handcuffs and put us all in handcuffs.
because of him.
I think so because of him. Yes.
He probably got beat pretty bad
Oh
when he
yeah, yeah,
got back.
yeah.
Jesus. So let's see, you spent, well, let's see, you were in the embassy compound, you said up until April, is that correct?
So about April. So I told you about them shooting up. We caused them to shoot, break the windows and stuff. So like three
Yeah,
days later, they dragged us in the basement. They got us. They told us to get dressed.
yeah.
So we get dressed. They come and they put our handcuffs back on us, and then they turn the lights on. And then the guys in the back stand and face us with their rifles. And then they go in Farsi, ready, aim, fire. And you hear, all you hear is click, 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 click.
So they lined you up and you thought you were probably getting ready to just get put
Yeah.
down.
Well, they put us mock firing squad.
Jesus.
And we're going, I said, oh my God. I just stood there. Jerry Plotkin's on this side, Rocky's on this side. And we're just like, oh shit, nothing we can do.
This is it.
Yeah. So then they come over and they put our hoods back on us and whoever blindfold, they put our blindfolds on us. And they did it again. This time they made it sound like they were racking around and they put it, and they did it more time. I go, my God, this is it. This is going to happen. And they did it again, went through the whole thing and it click,
Oh
click,
my
click. And then nothing
gosh.
happened. I was like, thank God. And then they swept us away, took us upstairs in our room. We were up there for probably half hour. They drug us back downstairs, threw us into a van, unhooked us, put our arms together, put our handcuffs back in there, threw a blanket over us in this van. And I remember I'm covered up, and then I could hear Thomas Ahern, former CIA guy, and he goes, "Who is that?" I go, "It's Billy." And he goes, "Billy, Billy." He says, "Can you get us out of here?" I said, "Dude, they got me tied up so bad right now and hooked up to these other Rocky and another guy right now." And I said, "They got our feet tied up and everything right now." And he goes, "Damn it." And then the van took off. And
Jesus. So you had just thought you were gonna be killed,
yeah,
essentially. Like they lined you up. They did it to you twice.
right.
What was going through your head when that was happening?
That was for sure. We're finally gonna kill us.
Like this is it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they always pointed guns at us all the time. They always had guns on our faces. Always, that was one incident where when they first took us down in that basement in the mushroom inn, they
Yeah.
took me down the back stairs. I remember that. And they took me down the back stairs and they pushed me up against the wall. And then I remember I was leaning against the wall and I was like, oh my God, it's so nice and cool. It felt so cool. And then all of a sudden I smelt gunpowder. Like they'd been shooting a gun down there. I go, oh crap. And then I heard a gunshot, bam! And so back of my head, and I was like, I just felt this weird like vibration in the front of my head, and I was just like out. I was like, I couldn't see anything. I don't know what was going on. And then I remember I opened my eyes and I was laying on the floor, and there was a bunch of guys in this room.